Paul.
Honourable member for Vancouver-Granville.
While I can appreciate the efforts made by the government in terms of family reunification, not enough progress has been made on the exemptions to travel restrictions for family members. Can the government please present a clear timetable for when foreign national committed partners and adult children of Canadians, when they will be allowed to reunify with their families in Canada, all of whom willing to sign affidavits and quarantine for the necessary time?
Honourable Minister.
Well, I want to thank my honourable colleague for the question. As I said earlier, this has been indeed a very challenging time for families, and my department is working very diligently to find innovative ways to ensure that as many families as possible are reunited. We continue to work with members from all sides of this House to accomplish that objective. Thank you.
Well, member for Vancouver-Granville.
Thank you. I understand the government will be releasing a discussion paper and possible draft UNDRIP legislation mirroring Bill C-262. I trust the government is aware that fundamental to the Declaration's articles are the minimum standards for the survival, dignity, and well-being of Indigenous peoples. Accordingly, to demonstrate the government's intent in legislating UNDRIP into Canadian law, and given the unfolding situation in Haida Gwaii and the refusal of Queen Charlotte Fishing Lodge to respect the Council of the Haida Nations COVID-19 restrictions, I ask, does the government recognize and support the right of the nation, i.e. its jurisdiction, to protect their homeland and the safety of their people, and in particular, their elders?
Honourable Minister.
I thank the honourable member for her question and her work in this area prior to when she was minister, prior to my time as minister. Madam Speaker, it is in my mandate letter that we implement the declaration before the end of this calendar year. It remains a priority for me. Once we have done that, Madam Speaker, we will be able to better address the kinds of questions that she is raising now. We feel that the declaration will help reframe the relationship between peoples in Canada in a positive way moving forward.
For Vancouver-Granville.
Thank you. There's nothing more essential than good governance, especially in a crisis. Canadians want parliamentarians to work together in the spirit of nonpartisanship in order to support the government and this House to do what is needed to address the social and economic crisis caused by COVID-19. Yesterday, Bill C-20 is an example. That said, given recent controversies and in light of the Proc Committee report released yesterday and all of the other issues facing Canadians, will the government commit to reassess in terms of transparency and accountability and good governance, and commit to bring full Parliament back in the fall?
The Honourable House Leader. The Honourable.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Je remercie.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to thank my colleague for her question. And we would like Parliament to reconvene in its normal form as quickly as possible, but until then we have to follow public health guidelines. If those guidelines say that not everyone can be here and that some MPs will appear virtually, I'm just wondering why the Conservatives don't agree with this idea, because this is the only way Parliament can sit in a hybrid format.